In this video, we are going to look at merging different people from one image into another, and we're going to use Pixlr to do it. What we're going to be trying to do in this work is to emulate the work of Conor Nickerson, as you can see here, if you have your childhood images. However, if you have forgotten to bring those in, then your response will look more like Paul Smith's work that you can see here, where he copies one person into multiple different perspectives. First thing I'm going to do is open the 4 images that I took before. My work is going to be more similar to Paul Smith's in this, but the concept is the same for both images. So what I have here is I have 4 different images. The camera was set up on a tripod, so the camera wasn't moving between shots. And I just have myself doing different actions in the background. I've tried to take the images so none of the actions are overlapping with one another. What I want to do is I want to choose one of the images to be my main background. Now, if you're working with your childhood images, then the image from your childhood will be your background image, the one that you are going to be copying everything else into. This is going to be one that you are not editing. Then just for today's demonstration, I'm going to find another image of myself to copy and paste into this, rather than doing all the different people put in for one demonstration. Now, as I said, my work's going to be more similar to Paul Smith's, as you can see here. Excuse me. And to do the merging, I'm going to be using the Polygonal Lasso tool that you can see here. Now, this is the more complicated of the methods, but if you are aiming for green or blue with this work, it is what you need to be doing. So make sure you have the Polygonal Lasso tool selected, and what you are going to do is you are going to in essence, draw a complex shape using lines around the outside of yourself, then copy and paste it across. So Polygonal Lasso tool selected. What you may also notice is something called feathering up the top. Now, feathering allows a little bit of a more fuzzier cut and paste rather than just the image ending where you have the lasso tool selected. So it gives you a little bit more freedom for an image similar to this, a Paul Smith image, where I am using images that have the same background. If you're not, you want this to be set as low as possible, so 0. If you are using images with the same background, then you can have it set to 20 or 50. So this bit is going to be a little bit more sped up, but using the Polygonal Lasso tool, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a variety of different lines as close to myself as possible. So this is sped up, but this is a part which will take time and concentration, so you need to make sure that you are kind of doing it to the best of your ability. You want to get as close as possible around your face and even the more complicated parts like hair, although you can always go in with an eraser and alter that afterwards. Now what we want to do is we want to join the selection together to allow us to copy and paste. This can be a little bit fidgety because what you can try to do is to join the lines together, and sometimes it won't accept that you are trying to close the gap between them. So what you may have to do is get as close to the starting line as possible and double click until you see those moving ants around the outside of our image. Okay, finally, there we go. So now with this, what I can do is I can copy, so Control C or Command C or Edit Copy, and I can move this across into my second image or my background image, the one that it would be your childhood image or the one that you're not editing. So with pasting this across, okay, we can see we've come in not quite at the right place, but we can use the other image as a guide to assign myself to where I need to be. Now there are a couple of different problems with this image that we've pasted in, which you may notice immediately off the bat, which is the lighting under my arms. Obviously in the image that I've taken, there are a lot of shadows under my arm. There's a darker patch of the table. However, in the image that I've pasted that across to, we don't find that, which makes it look somewhat unnatural. So you may be looking at this thinking, well, something's not quite right, but I can't quite tell what. So that's essentially what that is. But we will be working on that tomorrow as we learn to improve our merged images. But give it a try, see how you can do. Try to produce as many of these as you can to as high a quality as you can, and good luck.